Hello everybody, welcome to Crafty Soup. My name is Misty. I am here as part of the design team over at the Counterfeit Kit challenge. We are working on our first challenge of the month, which is pretty straightforward. We're using flowers and buttons as inspiration from our kit builds. And if you are new here and don't know about the Counterfeit Kit challenge, I will leave links below so that you can come and check us out and see what we're all about. Totally fun, free group to help inspire you to get more scrapping done. All right, this is totally off topic, but I'm in the basement and I have a little basement window and I actually have some sunshine coming in my window today, which is amazing. It's been so dreary here. And speaking of dreary, the early spring flowers in my garden have been cheering me up, except for this photo of my poor little Daphne plant, which I have neglected and mistreated. And so my story today is going to be about the journey of trying to get this Daphne plant to thrive. And since I'm talking about flowers, it's a perfect photo and story to go with this flower challenge. And if you saw my scrapbook kit build, you'll know that I had some wooden buttons, not traditional buttons, but kind of the decorative style buttons with imagery on them as part of my kit. So I'm going to go ahead and use those things as well as the flowers that I made in my Forgery on the 4th video. And if you haven't seen that, I'll link you up in the corner and down below. I am going to work on an 8.5 by 11 scrapbook page today. And while I'm talking, I say, pardon my voice, I'm getting over another little cold. At any rate, I am doing 8.5 by 11, which I've been intending to do more of for probably a couple of years now. And I just haven't. I do some now, which I never used to do, but I haven't gotten to the point where I'm doing mostly 8.5 by 11s. Maybe that'll happen at some point, but here we go. I'm trying to mix this in with my regular 12 by 12 scrappy life. All right, so I've cut down my background sheet of paper to the 8.5 by 11 size. I pulled out some Vicky Bouton tags, which I'm going to use to both hold my titling and journaling to kind of offset and balance each other. I'm just using up little bits and pieces here and there. I've cut apart some of the branding strips to use as decorative strips there. I've got this trim in my kit that's the pom-pom balls, and I'm just using little pieces of it because I don't have a lot of it left. Now, this piece of pattern paper has polka dots on it, and I wanted to use that to draw in more colors since some of my flowers have blues in them. And that piece of polka dot paper is actually one of the exact pieces from our scrapbook inspiration kit builds this month. And I couldn't find it when I was building my kit. And I found this scrap of it in my scrap bin when I was doing some cleaning. So I've tucked it into my kit and I'm going to use it up because I really do like that piece of paper. And I was hoping to add it to my original kit. But, things don't go as planned always. So I've got my title spelled out of some kind of iridescent letters from the Maggie Holmes line. And I'm doing a double font title here. So I've used a My Favorite Things tiny alphabet die set to cut out the rest of my title. And then I'm starting to work on my buttons. I do have doilies in my kit this month, so I'm going to go ahead and use those on this layout too to get that kind of classically soft Maggie Holmes feel. This definitely isn't a style that I do as often, but I'm getting there more and more. I think as I'm scrapping more of my own stories and less of my kids' stories, you'll probably see more of this style coming out of me because I do love it. It just doesn't always typically fit with the very candid photos that I have typically taken in my life. And I'm starting to take more purposefully staged photos. That's the word I'm looking for. And I think those photos will definitely fit more with this kind of softer romantic style, especially when I'm in my garden, because that's a lot of what I enjoyed photographing. All right, I did get my journaling on there. I didn't have enough room for those words, so I did pull out another tag, and I'm just going to try and finish off what I have to say and tuck it down there on the bottom. That will create a little bit of trap space on the right-hand side of my tag, so I'm going to fill that in with a couple more bits and pieces so that it doesn't feel as awkward over there. I have mirrored many of the elements from my journaling up to my title, including the wood buttons, the pom-pom trim. I did add a few fussy cut little tabs up on the top of my title as well. What else have I got going on? All right, adding some more flowers on here since I don't use a lot of these floral embellishments on other layouts. trying to get them used up so that they don't go to waste, also without overwhelming the page. So all of those white, bigger, rough leaf flowers are the ones that I made out of a roll of crepe paper, a party streamer crepe paper. And if you haven't seen that, like I said, I'll link you up to that. All right, some of my littler floral embellishments I also made and had some sequins in the middle of those, so I'm sprinkling on some more sequins for a more romantic feel. I forgot to trim off my tag, so that gets the tag trimmed, and that finishes up the layout. Only I'm also playing along with the Calvin Ball Challenge, which is another free activity. It's a bit of a wild ride because there are different rules, which are basically supplies and things you're supposed to add to your layout that come in for points. And I added a few more bits and pieces so that I could add up some more points for this layout without them looking too odd and out of place. I got some stars, some stamping, some arrows, and along with the other things that I have on there. So I got some points for that game. I will link you up to both the Counterfeit Kit Challenge group and the Calvin Ball group so that you can find more inspiring scrapbooking people to hang out with. And I should be back one more time this week with more videos for you. So until then, have an artful day.